It's just less than a week into spring of 2012. 1629 Jackson Avenue is awakening from its winter slumber. You can see that the crocus and the daffodils are poking their heads up out of their slumber. But already the master of 1629 has been busy, and one of the projects for the summer has already been accomplished. As we move up the driveway, we see the old clunker Mazda that the boys get to ride in. We notice the concrete up to the house foundation, a project for this spring to cut that out and convert it into a flower bed. The steps to the door need to go away because they're a danger to any vehicle backing out of the garage. And the house will look much nicer with some greenery there. And here we see the project that has already been accomplished. The fence that was built last fall has had its weathering, and it is now painted. Another project for the spring will be the replacement of this porch with a 3-season room, and can't wait to get started on that. As we enter into the backyard, we will be greeted undoubtedly by the puppies. Here they come. They're so happy to see you. Sitting on the patio, which was a project of last fall, we see some chain link fence. The boys will be surprised when they find out that their world is a little bit smaller once this fence is installed. And we see our catalpa tree, and as we pan up, we see that it has been damaged quite severely by the early snowfall of last winter, but I think it will survive. Now we will turn around, and we see the back of the porch, which will be converted into a 3-season room. And as we move along this way, we will peek into the garage and see what goes on here. Here sits the BMW roller skate, which hardly gets any miles, and the new acquisition, a 2006 Prius, a deluxe model with fake leather seats and navigation and all sorts of fancy gizmos. We're liking it a lot. We get almost 3 times the mileage of the old Nissan Crew Cab pickup that it replaced. And over here on our bench top, we see we have a start of our garden for this year. We've got some acorn squash growing, and over here we see we've got some bell peppers and some hot peppers coming up. Now we will move on into the new addition to the garage, which was one of the first projects. I've been here since the summer of 2008. This project was to add a woodworking shop, and we have a heater now. So last winter this space was heated, and it worked out pretty good and not too expensive. So if we can ever find time from playing outside, we will continue with improvements of this space. Now, oh yes, up here we have several of the mountain bikes that we plan on using this summer, and over here we have a few more. I don't know why one guy needs so many bikes, but evidently he does. And here we go. There's Jello with the tail. And there's Winston keeping guard on the squirrels. Now we'll move on back to the west side of the property. And a project that is already underway is the chain link fence. As you can see here, it will separate the lawn from the garden, and it will be a big garden. So I'm hoping I'll find somebody to help me work it. Time will tell. Here we have a project of 2 winters ago, painted last spring, one of the early projects. It's a storage shed for garden tools and such as that. So we'll open up and give you a look inside. We can see that we've got our tools sort of under control, but there's always room for improvement. And that is that. So now we'll back out, and we have another room over here. It's just pretty messy right now, but it will be part of the woodworking shop eventually. So here is the look into the neighbor's yard and the cemetery beyond. And panning around, last year I was able to build some compost bins. I'll be using some of this compost to improve some of my flower beds soon. We've got lumber here salvaged from the demolition of a rotten deck that was replaced by the patio. This will turn into potting tables and such as that. We've got an old clothesline pole system over there, which will eventually become a grape arbor. And there you have it. That is your tour and introduction of how things look in spring of 2012.